This is the story, life and history of the unique dance of Orissa called Gotipua, the Odia etymon of which literally means Goti, single, poor boy. Thus, as the name indicates, this religious dance is performed only by boys dressed up as girls.
The history of religious dance dates back to 11th century, where it was practiced in Asia, Egypt, Greece and many other European countries. Dance and dance theatre forms have always been used for propagation of religion, beliefs, concept and mystic practices in Asian and African cultures. In India, we believe that the trinity of Hindu gods, which is Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer, all of them are deeply associated with dance. In fact, both Krishna and Nataraj are always shown in dancing poses. Odisha is a state to the east of India. In Odisha, the presiding deity is Lord Jagannath. It is interesting to note that Lord Jagannath assimilates the theories and philosophies of Buddhism, Sikhism, Jainism, Shaivism and Vaishnavism into the eclectic cult of Lord Jagannath. In fact, the Kalinga architecture, every temple which we call Deola, has a Natamandapa or a platform for dance, be it the 11th century famous Lingaraj temple of Bhubaneswar or the 13th century temple of Konark.
Devadasis used to dance in Jagannath temple during the rule of Chodagangadev. Inscriptions and sastras show that the Chodagangadev was a promoter of dance. Around the 15th century, the Muslims attacked Puri. After that, the Devadasi dance was discontinued. In fact, the seva in the Jagannath temple stopped for almost 7 years. Chaitanya came to Orissa and spread his philosophy of Vaishnavism in Orissa. His philosophy gained momentum when the then king of Puri, Sri Prataprudra Dev, himself became a follower of Sri Chaitanya. The Vaishnava Dharma spread from the north to south of Orissa. During this period, Rai Ramananda was the governor of Rajmundry. He became a devout follower of Vaishnavism after meeting Chaitanya. On the request of Sri Chaitanya, he came to Puri. He was a great scholar in the arts of dance and music. He was the author of a famous play called Jagannath Vallabh. He used to dress up the Devadasi himself. The book on Chaitanya's life, called Chaitanya Charitramrita, describes as to how Rai Ramananda was himself teaching dance and Avinaya to the Devadasis. It is generally accepted that he was the first person to introduce Gotipua dance style. Personally, I do not agree with this logic, as he was encouraging the Devadasis to dance. Apart from this, I feel that the Gotipuas always sang Oriya songs in praise of Radha Krishna love, which is possible only after the development of Oriya music. The main purpose of encouraging Gotipua was to sing Chanda, Champo, Janana in praise of Radha Krishna. The tradition continued till the 1950s. Thereafter, Odissi dance, as it is known today, emerged out of Maharis and Gotipua dance styles. In fact, the name Odissi was coined by Kalicharan Patnaik when this dance form was presented by girls on the stage.
During Chappa, the Charanti Pratima or the representative of Lord Jagannath called Madan Mohan is taken for a cruise in a boat in the Narendra tank. In another boat, the 5 Shivas also go for a cruise. The boats are distinguished by the color of the canopies, one being white and the other one red. This Chappa festival goes on for 21 days and nights. Takes place sometime during the summer months of May-June. In the 12th century, during the reign of Chodagangadev, the Maharis were provided with maintenance, residence and regular income. Madalapanji, the Chronicle of Lord Jagannath, gives an elaborate account of their duties and status. Unfortunately, presently they are in very difficult financial condition. We met one of the last surviving Maharis.
आम छोट पिला दिन पालनीय करते देवदासी पालनीय करी छोटू बड़ कर 7 वर्ष होगले नृत्य गीत सब शिक्षा के दे छाड़ी बंधन जगन्नाथ को करते बंधन अर्थ विवाह चाप छाड़ हुए चाप कौन कर चाप बहुत दिन सेवा कर जाते बीजे सिंधु मदन श्री कोरे मुरलिया केरे शोभा बन रेखी भ्रू लताप रे कर्पूर चंदन प्रभु जशोदा नंद मो गीतटा केवल कौन कर लक्ष्यता करे बहुत अच्छी यहीटा भी सहीनी केवल तार सबू रेखा भल मत सब कर आद्य कहे शशिमणि प्रभु मुदिन ज्ञान कर जोड़ी जनाऊे एवधान प्रभु मदन मोहन प्रभु जशोदा नंदन महान नारी
Before the advent of Sri Chaitanya, there was a cult of Neo-Vaishnavism in Orissa, where there were 5 sakhas or associates. They were Ananta, Jasavanta, Jagannath, Balaram and Achyutananda. They had spread the concept of Prema Bhakti or Sakhi Bhava. After Sri Chaitanya came to Orissa, the Vaishnavism was divided into 2 streams. 1, the Gaudiya stream of Vaishnavism, and 2, the Utkaliya stream of Vaishnavism. It is the Utkaliya stream of Vaishnavism who encouraged boys to dance being dressed up as girls. In this environment, Oriya poets wrote innumerable songs on the Radha Krishna theme. The unique and significant feature which constitutes the mystical aspect of Sri Chaitanya cult lies in the Rasa Tattva.
Santo, Dasa, Sakha, আর গোটে হচ্ছে শান্ত দাস সক্ষ বাৎসল্য আর গোটে হচ্ছে মধুর কিন্তু মধুর রসে সকলকে সব লোকের অধিকার নাই শান্ত রস তার সব লোকের ঘরে শরীরে গোটে গোটে ভাব আছে, কিন্তু সবুঠু উচ্চ ভাব হচ্ছে মধুর রস। সেই মধুর রসটা অনুসরণ করিবাকু সব লোকের অধিকার নাই, অধিকার ভেদ আছে। আমি জোর করি অনুসরণ করিব, কিন্তু আমার পতন হয়ে যাবে। সেই আগে আমাকে বৈধ রসের অনুসরণ করিবাকু পড়িব, তারপর মধুর রস। মধুর রস হচ্ছে সবুঠু শ্রেষ্ঠ রস। সখী ভাবকে কীভাবে আমি অনুসরণ করিব পড়িব না, ললিতা বিশাখা তার অনুগত হইবাকু পড়িব। যত সখী আছি সবুঠু বড় সখী হচ্ছে রাধারানী। আবার শাস্ত্রে কହୁছি রাধারানী হচ্ছে সর্বশক্তির আধার, মতলব কালী, দুর্গা, সন্তোষী মা যেত দেবী আছে সবু দেবীর মূল কর্তী হচ্ছে রাধারানী। ললিতা হচ্ছে রায় রামানন্দ, আর বিশাখা হচ্ছে স্বরূপ দামোদর। স্বরূপ দামোদর সে মহাপ্রভু টাইমে সব টাইম লা স্বরূপ দামোদর কাছে মহাপ্রভু সবু আস্বাদন করেছে কৃষ্ণের রস। কৃষ্ণ রস যেত আস্বাদন করেছে স্বরূপ দামোদর পাখে আর রায় রামানন্দের পাখে মহাপ্রভু। সেই জন্য দুজন হচ্ছে, জনে হচ্ছে ললিতা আর জনে হচ্ছে বিশাখা। রাধা হচ্ছে স্বয়ং মহাপ্রভু। সে রাধারানীর ভাব নেই কি মহাপ্রভু এই জগতে আবির্ভূত হয়েছে।
আমার চৈতন্য নিত্যানন্দ মহাপ্রভু যেତେବେଳେ ପୁରୀକି ଆସିଲେ ଆପଣ ମାହାରୀ ନାଚ ହୁଏ ପୁରୀରେ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ବଡ଼ ସିଙ୍ଗାର ହୁଏ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଏ ଯେଉଁ ଚନ୍ଦନ ଯାତ୍ରାକୁ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ଯାଆନ୍ତି ଚାପୁକୁ, ସେତେବେଳେ ତାଙ୍କ ଆଗରେ ମାହାରୀ ନାଚ ହୁଏ। କିନ୍ତୁ ତାଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଶିବ ଯିଏ ଲୋକନାଥ 5 ଶିବ ଅଛନ୍ତି, ସେ ବି ଯାଆନ୍ତି ଚାପୁକୁ। ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ କୌଣସି ନାଚ ଫାଚ କିଛି ହଏନି। ଏ ଚୈତନ୍ୟ ମହାପ୍ରଭୁ ପଚାରିଲେ ଯେ ଗୋଟିଏ ଠାକୁର ପାଖରେ ଏତେ ଆନନ୍ଦ ଉତ୍ସବ ଲାଗିଛି, ଆଉ ଗୋଟିଏ ଠାକୁର ପାଖରେ କିଛି ନାହିଁ, ଏହାର କାରଣ କ'ଣ? ସେଥିରୁ ପଣ୍ଡାମାନେ କହିଲେ ସେ ହେଉଛନ୍ତି ଶିବ, ଇଏ ହେଉଛନ୍ତି ବିଷ୍ଣୁ। ଝିଅ ପିଲାମାନେ ନାଚ କରି ତାଙ୍କର ଯେଉଁ ଋତୁସ୍ରାବରେ ତାଙ୍କ ଦେହ ଅପବିତ୍ର ହୋଇଯାଏ, ସେମାନେ ପବିତ୍ର ହୋଇକରି ବିଷ୍ଣୁଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ କିଛି ନା କିଛି କର୍ମ କରିପାରିବେ। କିନ୍ତୁ ଶିବଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ ତାଙ୍କର 5 ଦିନ 7 ଦିନ ପାଳନ ନଗଲେ ସେମାନେ ଶିବଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ କୌଣସି କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ କରିପାରିବେନି। ତେଣୁ ଶିବଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ କିଛି କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ ନାଚ କିଛି ହୁଏ ନା। ସେଇ ଚୈତନ୍ୟ ମହାପ୍ରଭୁ କହିଲେ ତେବେ ପୁଅ ପିଲା ତ ସର୍ବଶୁଚି, ପୁଅ ପିଲାକୁ ଝିଅ ବେଶ କରି ନାଚ କଲେ କିଛି କ୍ଷତି ନାହିଁ। ରଜାଙ୍କ ଅମଳରେ ସେଥିରେ ରଜା ତ ତାଙ୍କର ଦୀକ୍ଷିତ ହେଇଛନ୍ତି। ସେ ରଜାଙ୍କୁ ଜବାବ ଦେଲେ, ଅର୍ଡର ଦେଲେ ଯେ ତୁମେ 7 ସାହିରେ ଯେଉଁ 7ଟା ଗୋଟି ପୁଅ ଯେଉଁ ଗୋଟିଏ ପିଲା ପକେଇ ତାଙ୍କୁ ନାଚ ଶିଖେଇ ଚନ୍ଦନ 21 ଯେଉଁ ଅଛି 3 ଦିନ ଲେଖା ପାଳି କରି ସମସ୍ତେ ନାଚ କରିବେ। ତେଣୁ ତାଙ୍କ ନାଁ ଗୋଟିପୁଅ ହୋଇଥିଲା। କିନ୍ତୁ ଆଖଡ଼ା ଘରେ ଯେଉଁ 7ଟା ଆଖଡ଼ା ଘରେ ସେମାନେ ଶିଖିଲେ, ତାଙ୍କ ନାଁ ଆଖଡ଼ା ପିଲା ହେଲା। ସେଇଠୁ ଆଖଡ଼ା ପିଲା ନାଚ ଆରମ୍ଭ ହେଲା ଆମର ଜଗନ୍ନାଥଙ୍କ ପାଖରୁ।
Well, I remember that when I came to Odisha in 79, just soon after that I started to do research on origin of Odissi dance, and so I went to Puri and I was interested in searching for whatever was there of the Mahari tradition and Gotipua. And regarding the Gotipua, I had really to go and search for them, and it was during Chula Jatra that I found 2 small kids dancing in the month of Puri. And now, after that, after 20-25 years, the Gotipua were dancing with me in the stage in Toronto, in a big conference on Odissi and classical style of India. So, huge development in this 25 years. And of course, in Gotipur, the school was there, and Lolitas was having the school that time was in the early 80s. But naturally it was few boys and very skinny, and I remember they were hardly, they were doing their makeup and all this thing. They were wearing this jolly, that kind of false silk saris, and now they're all over the world, and they have stitch dress and all the ornaments, and their repertoire has increased a lot, and everything has been more refined, and movements, and so I do not know if something positive is there, but maybe they have also lost a little bit the flavor which they had in the beginning, and little bit of the Odissi as it has become today, the Odissi style as it has become today, has crop in their presentation also. And one of the things which I really don't like much is the stitched dress which they were wearing, because the way of wearing the sari was more soft and because they're boys now, so they were making them a little more feminine in the unstitched saris. When they started, whatever we know of their origin, it says that at the time of 16th, 17th century, when the Muslim invasion came, and basically the Mahari, the Devadasi were threatened, and the Shiva was not possible to be continuous, especially the Shiva outside the temple. So the Gotipua came to being, and at that time it was strictly linked to the Jagannath Kartik, and they were basically performing outside the temple during the Jula Jatra and Chandan Jatra, and they were called Sahipilla or Akhanapilla. And this concept of Akhana also is very interesting, because again I came across it when I researched on the Pariko, or the tradition of martial art in Orissa. And I found that the Jaga, they call it Akhana in Puri, it was the same place. It was a gymnasium, a sort of a common place where all this physical culture were taught. So it was not only martial art training, but also Gotipua, Akhanapilla were being trained there. So that's why probably also these acrobatic, which of course the acrobatic of the Gotipua are also mentioned in the Ravina Chandrika, so it's very much part of the tradition. But also there must have been some contact with the martial training which the Pariko were getting in Puri. And these Akhana were meant to defend the temple. So whatever physical culture was taught there, it was with that intention. And so it's this is also an interesting aspect of it. So the religious and the military both were getting together, and it was basically for defense of the temple of Jagannath. So in fact, the entire culture of Puri is around the function which have been meant for the Lord Jagannath Shiva. So these were part